You're kidding me.
I found one.
Oh my goodness.
We've been around the world on
Man,
this one
what
right
are you
here.
talking about?
Around the world.
What, you went to Kentucky and walked how many miles?
I say it's half a mile. You said it's...
it seemed further than that, but it's just about a half a mile. That's all it was.
It's longer than that. We found an old house site on the map, and we've been wanting to go to it.
For quite a while. And
maybe
it's
2 or
just
3
hard
months.
for me to get up there with the baby and everything. And then we finally made it up there.
Got up in there, and it like an early 1900s house.
Yeah.
I found a thimble. You found a harmonica reed.
Yeah, found the harmonica reed. Sure did.
You got my harmonica reed. Took it away from me. But
you had the best find.
I did have the best find, and it's going to be in the history clip here. Me and Jeff are up here. We're scouting a spot today. Old house site showed up on the map. This one wasn't deep at all. It is it's a thimble. It's not silver. It's aluminum thimble, and it's in pretty rough shape too. But that's my first good find. Here's a little piece. It says right here, it's got a flag. It says trade follows the flag. On that side it's got an elephant and a GOP. And then just a little ways over there I found the bottom part of it. What did the bottom say? I can't read it. It says something Panama at the bottom. Maybe prosperity. Anyway, here's the rest of the story on this little piece. These pieces that I found at this old house site are part of a rare political watch fob promoting Theodore Roosevelt for president and Charles Fairbanks for vice president in 1904. The piece has GOP inside of an elephant at the top and a brass medallion with the image of Roosevelt and Fairbanks below. The first panel has an American flag and says, "Trade follows the flag." The second panel says, "Protection, Prosperity, and Panama," with a third lower triangle that reads, "Atlantic Pacific." Theodore Roosevelt served as the 26th President of the United States from 1901 to 1909, and this fob was promoting his run for a second term. Part of the Roosevelt-Fairbanks campaign promise in 1904 was the building of the Panama Canal to connect the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. France began work on the canal in 1881 but stopped due to engineering problems and high worker mortality rates. The United States took over the project in 1904 following Roosevelt's re-election and opened the canal on August 15, 1914. Therefore, Roosevelt made good his campaign promise. But this watch fob also is mentioned in another presidential campaign that revolved around patriotic symbolism regarding the American flag. That one between George H.W. Bush and Michael Dukakis in 1988. In an article in the LA Times on September the 3rd, 1988, titled "U.S. Love of Symbolism makes flag pledge charges effective. Then Vice President George Bush under President Ronald Reagan, the article says, embraced symbolic patriotism in a dramatic way when he closed his acceptance speech at the Republican National Convention in August by leading the delegates in the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. This both identified Bush with a powerful national symbol and scorned the caucus for vetoing in 1977 as unconstitutional a Massachusetts bill which would have required teachers to lead their pupils in the pledge. Bush won the presidency in a landslide. Speaking of such symbolic patriotism, the article goes on to say, supporters of the imperialist President Theodore Roosevelt passed out watch fobs in 1904 that jangled with jingoism. Trade follows the flag, the watch fob proclaimed. Wow, what an interesting find.
Of course, it was originally, what, a 4-piece, and then you found 2 pieces of it, right?
And I found 2,
yeah. So that's, we looked and looked and couldn't find the rest of it. It's still there somewhere, so maybe
I'd say it is. I'd say it's there somewhere.
When he gets the key to the gate and we can drive back up there, then we may find the rest of it.
It's a long walk, but that wasn't much of a hunt. But you know, negative information is information all the same. So we know that that's not a colonial site.
Yeah.
Just over from where I found, we're trying to find see if there's any more of that. And
look there.
What you got, Bubba?
What you thought that? Harmonica reed.
Harmonica reed. I tell you what, we can flat find the harmonica reeds, can't we?
We can.
I'll just tell you though, every one of these house sites has a harmonica reed somewhere.
You did find this neat little hammer. I found one of them at the infantry camp a few years back.
Huh.
Of course, it's a little bit bigger, but.
Well, we can say though that at least now it's officially an episode.
Yep.
There you go. And then we left from there, and we came back down to our spot here in Middle Tennessee where you found your large scent, and where Lee found the token.
The token, yeah, that's a real good. So it was after a $10 gold piece. That's.
Yeah.
Man, if it still had all the gold gilt on it, you don't think we would?
Oh man,
it
would have been nice. And I actually showed the landowner the episode 151, where we had the history clip of that he found, and he was really excited about that.
He was.
And you know, he's been really good to us. They've come up here and bush hogged a whole lot more. But anyway, we came back here today to see if there was any straggler signals that we could find in some of these spots to bush hog.
Yeah, and then they finally bush hogged the whole field, and actually we rode around and found at least one more site. So, and it may pan out and it may not. So, but I did find this nice suspender clip right there.
Yeah. Jeff said, "Come here." He's got something.
Like this one.
What is it?
Oh, that's him.
Oh man, yes I do.
That's a good find.
Suspender clip.
Doesn't be large scent, but hey, it's still a good find.
I love those with those little.
I know it. You hardly
prongs on them.
I mean, they're always broke.
Those are late 1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah, it's got something on the top of it. I can't make it out. We'll have to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Good job. There's Jeff down there, our old spring. It's right in that clump of trees. And the old house site was right in behind the truck, right in there on that knoll. I'm down the hill a little ways, and I've got a piece that would have been an insert, I'd say, in a piece of furniture, where that's a key insert. I'd like to find the skeleton key that fit that. I didn't stop and film the little one whenever I found it, but just a few feet over I found another one out of this hole here. A couple of iron buckles, horse tack I'm sure. But another piece to the puzzle at this old house.
Now you can't hunt a home site without finding one of these. There you go.
A Colonial knife.
It's not much, but hey, it's a relic.
It is a relic, and I tell you what, you're right. You cannot hunt an old Colonial house site without finding one of those. Have found one at every site I think that we've hunted.
Yep, sure have.
Well, you got that to go with your fork that you found on the last hunt.
Yeah, two-pronged fork.
Yeah. I've never
I'll eat
found
dinner with it.
Yeah, a nubby.
I'll have a little rough time cutting the steak.
Yeah, you will. I got an iron buckle. It's 3 or 4 of those I found today. Got a little brass buckle here. Pretty deep. It sounded good. It's out of that hole right there. And I don't know, it's probably 7 or 8 inches deep. Sounded good on AT Pro.
It's just come out of that hole right there, and I don't know what it is. Is it some kind of buckle? What?
Man, I love that buckle. I've never seen a buckle like
I
that.
haven't either.
It's brass though, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it.
Brass or bronze.
Yeah, I found this little iron buckle just right over from it.
Yeah, I think I found 4 of those today, or 4 buckles. I love this one here.
I know it. I don't know.
I don't know what the deal is on that. I've never found one like that.
And made a just bit of strap or something. I don't know.
Could have been.
Yeah.
We found a few flat buttons.
Yeah.
I found a pewter flat button, and then worked on down the hill in a new spot that he had bush hogged, and I found a brass one. And I love finding the flat buttons. What'd you find? I know you had a pewter.
Yeah, I had a pewter flat button, and then had one brass flat button.
This right here was a pretty nasty signal. All of these signals are nasty. I haven't touched this yet, but I believe it's going to be a pewter button. That's what it is. Pewter button. Got some kind of design here on the front of it. Get it cleaned up and see what it says. Jeff's got something over here. He's brushing off. Came out of that hole right there.
I don't know where it was attached to something. A little bar.
I can't tell if the thing's focusing or not. Yeah, it's got some design, maybe writing. I don't know what that would have been. Might have been a cuff link. I know one thing, it's a good find.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Did find this earlier. Oh.
We don't know what that is. It's some kind of brass cap. Very fragile though, I tell you.
It is. A little iron buckle.
Yeah, I found a couple of iron buckles. So we're finding a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, we're finding a little bit.
We can quit right now and go home, and we're in good shape.
We gotta find another. We gotta find another large cent or a real.
Yeah. Out of that hole right there, I've got a real nice flat button here. It doesn't have a shank on it. Shank is broke off. Thought I had some money there at first, but you can tell where the shank was at right there. It's got a back mark on it. 1820s flat button. I'll take it though.
Got this little piece. It's a part to the oil lamp. I believe that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. And it's a small one, ain't it?
It is.
No knob on it.
No,
so you can't get a date or anything.
Yeah, it's iron anyway.
The knob is?
Yeah.
Huh.
Normally they're brass.
Yeah, they are.
I'll take it.
That's a good job. Jeff said he's got a pewter button over here.
Old pewter button, please.
Got a shank on it?
No, I don't see one. Well, hold on a minute. I see some stars around the edge of it. See if you can.
Is that a bite mark or something?
You see a shank? Might be a.
No, I don't see a shank, but I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there are stars around that. Let us get this cleaned up and come back in just a minute. What'd you find out?
Man, it looks like a seeded quarter. It's quarter size, and you can barely make out the eagle on the back. I don't know if you can make it out there or not, but it's pewter.
Well, then it's counterfeit.
I bet that. Yeah, I bet that is another counterfeit quarter.
Yeah, I can see the eagle there,
and you could see the bottom of the bust. Well, the seeded, and then
yeah, at the bottom right there.
I can't get it.
I'm having a hard time getting that focused in right there. You know,
man, that's a good find.
That is a great find. Well, it's counterfeit because it's pewter. You can see the stars and everything right there. Yeah, you can see the bottom of Lady Liberty. I don't see a date down there.
Let's see if I can see a date.
Man, that's a great find.
I can't make one out, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, I know that's what it is, because you can see the Lady Liberty and you can see the stars, and then you can make the eagle out. The eagle's not real good.
Yeah, that's what it is. You can see some of the arrows in its
talons.
Yeah. That's what
that
it is.
Is more.
That is a counterfeit quarter.
That's more valuable than finding a seeded quarter right there.
It sure is. I've got that counterfeit $50, and I mean it's.
Well, I've got one that we found at the well that we went down in I believe is a piece of a counterfeit, and I think that's the only one I've got. Man, that's a great find right there.
Man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That makes the hunt. I'm ready to go now.
All right.
My best find was that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a counterfeit quarter. I mean, that's what it's got to be. So
it's out of pewter, and we thought it was a pewter button.
And
then cleaned it up some, and then looked at it, and it's a seeded.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see Lady Liberty
and
the
see
stars
the on the back,
and see the eagle, and that is a great. That's better than finding a seeded coin in my book.
It is. I mean, you don't find them.
And, you know, if we stopped right there, it was a great hunt.
Yeah.
But we didn't stop right there.
No, we didn't stop right there. So.
I got a little scratchy signal in all the stubble here, and finally kicked some stuff down and got down real close and swung. And I get a high tone every now and then, and so I cut the plug, and I ran my coil over the...
Now, after you cut the plug, what did it sound like after you...
Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, it was just iron grunt.
Yeah.
And I popped my plug out, and it was grunting like you had, you know, a piece of iron or something, just a piece of flat steel or something down in there.
And if you wasn't running a zero discriminant, you would have never heard that.
I would have
never.
never
just covered it back up and walked off.
I would have never heard it. But I did see something in the bottom, and I took my pinpointer, and I pinpointed, and you see right here what it is.
There it is.
This may turn out to be nothing. I don't know. It's in the hole right there. But
that's a coin. A coin. Son of a gun. Brother Jeff.
We're gonna give a pinpointer away.
Oh, you're not hollering loud enough for that.
Huh?
Is that a...
It's a large cent. We're gonna give a pinpointer away.
Yeah, we will sometime.
Huh?
We will sometime.
You have no faith in me?
Well, you didn't holler loud enough.
I didn't holler loud enough.
You didn't want to scare the horses.
Well, let me get around here where I can get some light on you. Hold your hand out there. I found one.
You're kidding me.
I found one.
Oh my goodness.
I see the 1 cent and I can see the bus there on the front. I have no idea what it is, date or anything. Worst signal I've had today, just barely heard it. Got the plug out, couldn't hear it at all.
Sure that's not a half cent?
Could be. I don't know. Never found one.
I believe that's what it is.
You think that's what it is?
I think so.
Let me clean it up some. Okay, guys, so just before you can turn your head around, we're going to give another pinpointer away. We're going to have to start knocking on doors and hunting houses because this is going to break us. I tell you what. No, I'm just joking.
Go to the park.
I'm just joking because whoever will go in and we'll look on the contest and we'll see who had this episode and who had me. And you have Dave Miller to thank for this because Dave Miller purchased this pinpointer and donated it to Digging with Seven in Tennessee Jeff.
Thank you very much, Dave.
And we certainly do appreciate it. But anyway, we'll get a winning video up here this week.
Yeah, we sure will. We didn't think it was going to be this fast, but I mean, you never know.
And, you know, we said, well, what do we have a hard time finding? Been a year since I found Larson. Been 3 years since you found one.
And in here too, pretty close.
And so we say, well, we're going to do a contest. Well, he comes out here and finds one before we even get the contest going. And then I come today, second hunt on this place. Yeah. And I find, so there's 3 big copper coins that's come out of here. Well, two large cents and
then that big token.
That big token.
So, I mean, there's got to be more left. I mean, there's got to be.
Hey guys, I want to do a shout out to my buddy Barb Connell with Dirt Pirates Detecting. You see the channel there on your screen. She is the original Redneck Yankee Digger. You're going to like this channel. I know that you are. She does a lot of Civil War hunting, does some hunting in Virginia at the organized DIV hunts. She does other metal detecting as well. So just a well-rounded channel. What you see is what you get. She's just a great person. I know that you're going to like this channel, so go and check it out. Be sure and tell her that Digging with Seven and Tennessee Jeff sent you, and be sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Many of you have seen that we have started our podcast.
Yeah.
And that worked out really good. We had Keebs, and we certainly do thank Keebs for coming on, and we thank Stealth Diggers for letting us have him for a night. And it was just thoroughly enjoyable to do that. And I'm looking forward. Right now, we're going to do it every other Thursday night at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. And we're going to have a guest. But in the chat, we're going to include you guys because you get into the chat and they can ask questions.
And we appreciate you getting on the chat when you do. And I mean, just you can ask questions, and I mean, if they get to going fast, we'll try to get back to them. But I mean, we'll answer them as we see them.
And we've got one more pinpointer. Was an anonymous gift from someone that doesn't want to be named, and but I don't know what we're going to do with it. You know, whatever we name, that's what we find. So I guess it's CS buckle.
It's got to be. I mean, hey,
we're going to have to pick something that we don't find in a week because.
Well, like you said, it's been years since you found one,
and 3 years since you found one.
So I mean, who would have thought?
This is not only fun for you guys, this is fun for us.
It is.
We're finding stuff that we normally don't find. Anyway, though, we'll get our heads together and come up with a contest, and we'll let you know, and we'll put another contest on, and we'll give that other pinpointer away, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun giving it away.
It has.
And I enjoy it, and I know you enjoy it. And I know that Dave Miller is enjoying this.
Yeah.
And
whoever wins is going to enjoy it.
Well, I think the people that are playing the game have a lot of fun with it too, you know. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching and subscribing. We're slowly building our subscriber list up. That's what we want to do, and slowly gaining people on our podcast and stuff. So
that's real fun. Yeah, I love.
Yeah, we're having a ball. I tell you what, I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, and then now we've got to go to Murfreesboro and speak at their club.
And we got to go to, what is that one at Nashville we went to?
That's Middle Tennessee Metal Detecting Club.
We had the opportunity to go and speak on the Gallatin camp hunt that we did there.
Yeah.
Great bunch of guys.
Yeah, great bunch of guys.
Great bunch of guys. And then with Ron and Dig Dogs and all those guys, some of the guys from Murfreesboro was at Nashville. Mm-hmm. But we get to go down there. Was on with Quarter Hoarder. Enjoyed that. And we will be on, well, when you see this, we will probably, we will be on Beyond Sight and Sound.
Yeah.
On,
I got it wrote down.
I don't know. It's on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
But anyway, appreciate you guys. See you when?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. That's our day.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya.